Hi, everybody. You're watching the Monica Makes It Happen social media show. I'm Monica Morales, and both of our guests today are giving back to their communities in big ways. Carlos Naudon is here. He's been here before, the president and CEO of Ponce Bank. We love you, Carlos. You just got a new position, too, the chair of the Community Development Bankers Association. That's huge. We'll explain the impact of that new appointment in just a moment. And legendary community champion Madeline Marquez is here, the Executive Vice President, Chief External Affairs Officer. This is going to be a great show. But first, this.
Monica Makes It Happen is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
It is an honor and privilege to have both of these community champions right here in our studio. Carlos, you've been here before.
Yes, Monica.
We have a new partnership, which I'm so excited about, to honor these community champions. And we're going to tell your story, just in case our viewers don't know it. It's an incredible story of triumph, for an immigrant story, but also a business story that's very inspiring. Madeline, I've said you could have your own show. So I think it's Madeline Makes It Happen now. We're transitioning to Madeline Makes It Happen. You're everywhere. You are kind of the boss when it comes to community partnerships and making things happen on the ground. So Madeline, when I say Ponce Bank, what is the secret sauce? What makes Ponce Bank Ponce Bank?
I think it's all the staff that we have and all the different generations that we have employed. And when we all come together, there's no stopping us. There's creativity coming, just pouring out. And it's a matter of implementing and selecting which of those we're going to produce and put out there to the community.
Yeah, and that's why we select our partners very carefully, and we really wanted Ponce Bank, and now it's happening, and we're going to do big things for the community. Carlos, you have a new position, like you need another job. What is going on here? So you are the chair of the Community Development Bankers Association. What is that exactly? That's a big job. I mean,
It is a big job. The Community Bankers Association, CDBA, is a trade association of around 120 banks that are all mission-driven, all CDFI, Community Development Financial Institutions, all in the mission to do well for the communities and do well for themselves, obviously, because that when we grow, the community grows, everybody grows.
And I love that a lot of these programs that you have, and you're starting one in September, you're going to tell us, but I love the story behind these programs because you know what the community needs are. So you develop these programs because of that need. Tell me about this new program and that story of how it happened.
Well, it's the Protect Your Legacy, Getting Your Financial House in Order. And it was basically born out of another conference that we were attending, the Somos Conference in Puerto Rico, about 2 years ago. I was doing some opening remarks for a luncheon that had about 400, 500 guests. And they were concentrating on health, so I figured I will cover financial health. And during my speaking points, I asked one simple question, which was, how many of you own homes? Since that is the largest asset we tend to obtain.
Yes.
And everybody raised their hands. They were all proud of the fact that they own their homes. And then I said, okay, leave them up if you have a will. And all these hands went down, and only 6 of them stayed up. I was on a stage behind the podium, and I literally hanged on to the podium because I realized that I had opened up a can of worms. And being the Puerto Rican that I am, I said, ay Dios mío, oh my God. And that kind of cut the tension in the room. And I realized then, and I looked at them and I said, look, I don't know what we're going to be able to do, but I promise you that I will do something. And that was my commitment to that group of people there that I knew.
I love this story.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how much work goes into the programs that you develop. And the fact that you don't have to be a customer, you just want to help the community, right, Carlos?
Correct.
And this story is so telling. I know I have my own story about my mother's home and wealth and everything else, in the Hispanic community especially. Carlos, why is it you empowered that program? You said, yes, go, Madeline, go. Why?
I happened to be there. I said, this is not good. You know, I'm both a lawyer and a CPA, and I really believe in having wills and trusts and things like that. And it never occurred to me that people did not know that they had to protect the legacy. And it was important that they do that. And it happens everywhere. I go into meetings and I ask people, how many of you have wills? Very few do.
That's impacting our community, Madeline?
Yes, it is.
If we lose that, and that, luckily for me, and I'll tell my story eventually someday, but you have your own story. See, it always comes from our own stories. That's why we're so passionate about this stuff. And I think our viewers
our communities have a misconception of what legacy means. You either have to be famous, rich, or or have a lot of money, and that is not the case at all. So my first question to anyone that's thinking in that way is, do you have a child? Because if you have a child, trust me, you have a legacy. And in our culture, in the Hispanic culture, and also in African American cultures, it's not taught. It's like a taboo subject.
That's right.
I'll share with you
not here, not on our show. We're going to be talking about money, 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 and we're not afraid to talk about it. And I think you're right. You're absolutely, we have to break that. And I think talking to maybe people who have the same experience, because I can look into your eyes, I know you've experienced it. There's something about that street cred that Ponce Bank has. Do you think so, Carlos? Is that another secret sauce to it that you understand?
We understand, but the other secret sauce is that most of our staff at the officer level have started at the clerk or teller level. And so they understand what it is to, not have a lot of wealth. They understand the impact that a good job can have, and that's part of the secret sauce.
And you say we're not just a bank, we're a community partner. What do you mean by that?
Well, we happen to be a bank. We use the banking side of the house to make money and help people. But at the end of the day, we're an institution that's in the community. It's for the community, and really it's made up of the community. So it's really very important that we understand that without the community, the bank wouldn't be anything.
Wow, that's how I feel about our viewers.
Yes.
It's the same thing. I'm not sitting on this couch because, it's because of them, and it's because of the connection that we have. And they know that when I say something, it's hopefully something that'll help them. Madeline,
we also employ from the different communities where our branches are located, so we have a natural pulse to those communities. And we get a sense of what's going on very quickly.
Well, I last saw you at Hostos. You are on board. So you are inside many of these community organizations, helping them, uplifting them. And it's about funding. And I think for so many years, we're so afraid of talking about money, about funding and the need. And hopefully now we're going to make big things happen together where you give so much money away and so much funding. And Hostos is one of those.
Well, I sit on the board of the Hostos Foundation among several other boards, business improvement districts, in addition to the Bronx Chamber and that Chamber Foundation. But I also am the executive director to the Ponce de Leon Foundation, which has numerous funds every year. And we just finished closing the RFP.
You'll be telling those stories.
Yes, we finished shutting down the RFP process, and we received 184 of them, which we have to start reviewing at this point in time.
184?
Yeah, but that's,
So that's the need that we're talking about. So many of our viewers need money, and I love that you have it, and that you give it away, and you give it away so generously. And Carlos, last word, what do you want people to know about Ponce Bank? You have built such an amazing mission and company, but it's really from your heart.
We need the help of the people. We need their business. We need their deposits. Without that, we can't help the rest of the community. So it's really a bit of self-help. If the community helps us, we can help the community. And through us, people can have an impact on the community, whether you're a large business, a large bank, a small business. Together, we can make a difference to the community.
And I have a huge announcement. We are starting a Ponce Bank Pix 11. You guys come first, okay? Community champion. We've been giving community champions, but now it is officially a partnership. And I want the first ones. Carlos, you've already gotten so many awards. You've got the Medal of Honor. You've got so many. But this is your officially now the Ponce Bank Pix 11 community hero. And Madeline, for what you have done, not just for our communities, but just helping people understand how important their finances are and the power that they have themselves, making sure that they know how powerful they are. It's not that we're giving any power, it's that just to understand what you can do yourself.
Yes, and they need to grab hold of that information and own it and use it. Our program does get started in September, and we really want everybody to sign up for the different sessions that are going to be held.
How do they do that? Where do they
Well,
go?
there's a QR code.
Oh,
somewhere.
good. A QR code. We're going to have a QR code posted on this, and also on pix11.com/Monica. We'll put there too. Thank you, Carlos, as always, and Madeline. I have a feeling Madeline makes it happen with Monica. Thank you for joining us. The best is yet to come. I'm so excited about this new partnership that we're building on an old partnership. And it's your leadership, of course, at Ponce Bank that makes it all happen. And thank you for watching our next Monica Makes It Happen TV show. Get this, and you guys will be on that as well. 4:30 p.m. We're talking about housing as always. I'm one-on-one with Jamie Dimon. We're at City Hall with an exclusive with the most important woman of the city. She's also Dominican. And we're also with the Giants. I'm at Giants training camp. What happened? We're talking about saving lives through marrow donation with Mount Sinai. You can also catch me every night on Pix 11 News at 5:45 and 6:45. Let's make this happen together. See you next time. Yes.
Yes.
You guys.